Okay, now this hallway, these are the things that give you the Ring of Varda. I've never gotten a Ring of Varda from them though, where I was farming in the Colosseum. They're the only ones that ever have dropped it for me. Like, I've never got one out of here. We'll run through real quick. Who knows? I had bad luck with this sword, so maybe I'll have good luck with these guys. Just one quick run, though. Nope, that's a bag of money. And that's a heart from a skeleton, so make of that what you will. Another good thing is from all that farming, my sword got really strong. As the sword gets stronger, not only does it hit harder, it's more accurate. I mean, there were a lot of them where it was killing them on its own, because it was just, it's right on the money. Nova skeletons, still easy to kill, very weak, but don't let them hit you. That beam that they shoot out is incredibly strong for some reason. The elevator won't pop up there. That's the in the first castle, that was where the secret elevator was. It won't do anything in this one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Again, now with the sword, the holy water is kind of irrelevant, but good job. Oh, just missed him. I don't believe there's anything up here, but other than this heart. Yeah, nothing of consequence up here. This is mostly for opening up all the areas on the map. If you're just a completionist type, or if you've got the walk armor and you need to open up more of the map, that's usually the only reason you come to some of these places. Especially in this upside down castle. I love the concept of it. It could have been executed a little bit better just because there are some areas that should have been optimized for the idea of the castle turning upside down. This area, for instance, it's just kind of a long, boring area. But you can't run because of the angles on the floor. You can't use the wolf and just run through it. And then the bat, I don't remember if they did it in the other games, but the bat, if I use the power to fly across really fast, it takes you out of the bat form. Yeah, which is, it's just kind of a pain. Like, it just comes to a stop. If it just stayed the bat, it would be a lot easier. Oops. That's weird. That's one of the few items that they kind of mix up, because that's at the... Oh, watch the floor. That's at the other end of the hallway in the regular castle, but they put the axe there instead. All right. Yeah, you gotta watch the floor. Anywhere that has both sides will have those. And since they're considered spikes, they hit hard. And I'm pretty sure that damage scales. I'm sure the more health you have, the more damage it'll do to compensate for that. All that for a meal ticket. To get a food item to heal you from the damage you probably took trying to come and get the meal ticket. Alright, so from here... go up. This is the underground cavern. Save point over here. And not every area where there was a boss fight before is a boss fight now. Which is kind of a bummer, but, you know. That's a lot of boss fights. Which I'm totally okay with. I do wish this game had some sort of boss rush mode. You know, that wasn't a new feature or anything. There were games that had stuff like that before, so I wouldn't have minded something like that. Just, you know, the bosses in a way are some of the most fun. I mean, obviously we make them look kind of trivial now because we know all of the patterns and we use all the super weapons and stuff, but you know, the bosses are actually really fun in this game. This looks like nothing, but there's some peanuts. And then a save point over here. And I know it's been mentioned before in other playthroughs and stuff like that, but I really hope you like this song, because this is pretty much what you're getting. I thought that was a very weird sort of decision to make. I mean, in all honesty, ooh, Terminus Est. Let's see what that does. Poison Executioner's Sword. Wonder if it poisons me. We'll leave that on. See what that's like. But yeah, I would have just simply preferred for them to play the music that was in these areas in the first castle. You know, the worst thing a game like this can do when it comes time to clean up is to make that aspect of the game very boring. You know, I like when games like this, they do different enemies. You know, new enemies appear. You know, obviously, new enemies, new music, new environments. You know, do something to change the environment. That's much more interesting. Oh, look at that. They poisoned him. I didn't think that would work. He won't fall for a lot of tricks. Like if I try and corner him with the Crystal Grim sword, it kind of worked. Yeah, the only bosses that are mandatory are the ones that are going to give you the pieces of Vlad, the Dracula's pieces, which is the little nod to Castlevania 2. Anything that gives you a health jar is not a mandatory fight in the second castle. This area is interesting. I'll show you why. As you can see, blood falls off of these enemies. So let's Dark Metamorphosis. That blood falling on me is what's... While the Dark Metamorphosis is going on, it heals from blood damage. That blood falling on me is what's healing me. Now, the thing is... Bloodthirsty Sword, 2 hands. I'm gaining health from the spell, but that blood falling on me, if I remember right, is increasing the power of the sword. So what am I at? 36 and 36 is the sword's strength right now. I kind of wish the sword attacked a little faster. It would be much easier. So you see the sword's 38 now. You can keep doing that. I forget what the cap on the strength is, but if you're willing to farm, you can actually get that sword to be very, very strong like that. But we'll go through. I mean, this is the perfect area to do that because these, you know, they're plentiful. If you walk back right now, they'll just be back. I don't have to leave the screen and come back. Okay, we'll Dark Metamorphosis again. I apologize for what that does to the screen too. I know that because of the quality I'm recording in, it kind of messes up the screen. The screen goes all red, or think for the soul steel, it goes all gray. And we'll just, you know, plow our way through. Whew, the slow down. That's a classic video game staple right there, slow down. You know, games where they put that in on purpose. I know shooters, I've heard a few shooters accused of that, where the system can handle everything that's happening, but they'll put the slowdown in just for old time's sake, because it was such a common thing in something like shooters where there was just so much happening on the screen. Over here, I didn't say up there, I won't bother doing it. This is a secret area in both castles. Down there, if you remember in the first castle, we got the merman statue. Down there is the other area where the merman will, the ferryman will appear. If you have the merman statue. So there, on this castle, it's just a walkway, since everything's upside down and it's just a ceiling. You walk through, and at the end of it, I believe there's a diamond, which is the most expensive thing in the store. I think they're 20,000. They drop heart refreshes, so if you're a fan of like the cross, which I think for Alucard uses 100 hearts, you hang on, farm those, you can get some heart refreshes. Because I don't think there's any other way to get them. I used to go this way first. Let me see if I remember. Because I'm supposed to go up. You know, back there was the place where the floor was broken. There we go. It was broken by that skeleton ape with the barrel. But I remember, for some reason, I remember coming this way first and getting something. All right, this is a little weird because you can't fly through. Normally, if you in the other castle where that merman statue makes the second guy appear, you get what's called the snorkel, which is the least mystical thing in this game. You can get through it without that. But the snorkel will let you breathe underwater, and you can... I don't remember if you can keep your shape. The Osafune Katana, which was a two-handed sword, which seemed okay. And then when you did that, it was multiple strikes. Very cool looking sword. But two-handed, so we're not going to equip that on the other side. Yeah, so let's, you know what, let's just, I think I can run through a big chunk of this. That's the only problem that was there. One of these is a 1,000 bag. Remember, somewhere here there was a 1,000 bag. It was 1,000 or 2,000. It was a good place to farm for money. There we go, 2,000 bag. That's a good place to farm if you want to get the duplicator, which is the most expensive thing in the store, which is not the greatest thing. I wasn't... Ah, that was why. Okay. I knew there was an important reason I came here. That shield is the strongest weapon in the game. And we're going to use it in a little while. I know it seems weird to say that the shield is the strongest weapon in the game, but... oh, we'll get into it. Use this on what used to be one of the biggest pain bosses. But with that, with the combination we're going to do with the shield, it's another trivial boss. And to be completely honest, even with this sword, the boss that we're going to fight can be not a challenge, but he'll get... Oh, excuse me. He'll get a few hits in. He won't really with this sword, with this shield. I know this is probably a weird thing to say, but I want to thank you guys for joining me again for this. This is one of those games that I really like, so I wanted to, you know, when I first started my channel, which actually at the time that this is going up was a little bit over a year ago, this is one of those games I always imagined doing, so it's nice to be able to do it, you know, and it's great that you guys are here watching it with me. But I know that you guys have seen this game 100 times, so the fact that you're here sort of humoring me as I play through this is just great. So thank you guys for that. Alright, not this boss. It's going to be a later boss. But a little storyline here.
So, you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
Not while there's a breath in my body.
Then for the master, I'll feast on your soul this night.
Sure you will. You probably had some really cool moves, but I'm not going to let you do any of them. And he's a mandatory fight.